Latu, Cooper DeJean, Kool-Aid McKinstry. These are all names that the Baltimore Ravens should avoid in next week's draft if they want to win the draft.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
What's going on, LBHT crew? I'm Jose, that's Brodny, and we are going to go over a quick mock draft for the Baltimore Ravens so they can win this offseason. All right, it's been a little shaky this offseason. Okay, we started out strong. We got Derrick Henry. If you follow the channel, you know we had some mixed feelings about Derrick Henry. Good player, but he's on the wrong side of 30. But hopefully he gives us some production this year. The offensive line, we have 3 major holes that we need to fill. Hopefully we can get that going in this mock draft right now. Okay, that's where we need to focus. I got my shirt on. If you don't know about this, that says hashtag defund the defense, meaning the defense is fine. We got players. They're young, they're hungry, they're going to perform well. We do not need to pour more resources into the defense. It's time to pour those resources into the offense. And we're going to start that with this draft. B, are you ready?
I'm very ready. We're going to pull it up here. We're going to go faceless mock draft.
Ooh.
And we're going to go ahead and get this started. It's only going to be for the first 3 rounds because we are cheap and we are not subscribing to PFF. So here we go. It's going pretty fast. Can't really read the names there, but that's all right. Don't need to know. Doesn't matter. Ooh. Baltimore's on the clock. And look who is the number 1 prospect, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can you put me on screen real quick? Can you put me on screen? Ladies and gentlemen. Ravens flock, look at me.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Look at me. No. We are not going Kool-Aid McKinstry. I said him at the beginning of this video. We have to stand strong here. Kool-Aid McKinstry is a very good player. Could he help our secondary? Of course. But that's not where we're going to go. That's not where we're going here. Right below that, now Jackson Powers Johnson, they have him listed as a center, but I think he can play guard.
Yeah, probably, most likely. But they, obviously don't need a center. I think probably their biggest need is at tackle because you can typically find interior linemen later in the draft. We got 5 trade offers, but we can't see them because, again, not giving PFF our money.
We can't see the trade offers? You sure?
They're there, but you can't actually trade.
Oh, they want to. Oh, it's like boo. Okay.
So if we go ahead and just click on tackles, we're looking at Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma, Jordan Morgan from Arizona, Kingsley not going to attempt it out of BYU, and I think we don't really need to go too much further than that. That's the tackle situation. If we look at the interior offensive line, again, Jackson Powers Johnson, Zach Frazier, Christian Haynes, who ranks 64th, probably a guy that you can grab in the next round.
Now, Christian Haynes, that's my favorite player who I always forget his name because he was at the Senior Bowl doing some nasty work. All right. The guy he was going against in drills got very frustrated, ripped his helmet off, and Christian Haynes just kept his cool. He just kind of throwing jokes at him, just saying, hey, man, don't be mad at me because I'm dominating you.
Wide receiver's also an interesting spot for Baltimore. They need some help there.
Yeah.
They need either a real number 1 or a number 2 if you believe in Zay Flowers as that number 1 guy. Obviously the top wide receivers are gone, but we got Ladd McConkey, Troy Franklin, Roman Wilson, Ricky Pearsall, Keon Coleman's down here, Jalen Polk, Xavier Leggett. A lot of guys left. So that's, again, probably a position you can wait to grab. But where do you want to go there?
Definitely O-line. I mean, we have 3 spots that we have to fill. So, I mean, that's just where we have to go. Now, Jordan Morgan, our guy, Chris Just Joking from the Deep Cover podcast, I think he's the guy that he either really likes or doesn't like. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, Chris, I can't remember if you like this guy or not. Jordan Morgan?
I do. I like him.
But I've seen him tweet Jordan Morgan's name a couple of times. So we're going to draft Jordan Morgan here.
Okay. So we're going to take a look here at Jordan Morgan. He played he played only left tackle at Arizona. 2023, he gave up 2 sacks, 11 hurries, 1 QB hit in 477 pass plays. 2022, 1 sack. 2021, 5 sacks he gave up. So, he got a little better as time went on there, as he got more experienced. His overall grade here, you can see 83.5. Morgan is a smooth-moving prospect whose best position in the NFL might be guard. His track and field background gives him natural balance and core strength for good change of direction ability. His arm length isn't elite for an offensive tackle, but it should be adequate. While his footwork is fast, the strides in his kick slide are short. His hand placement, patience, and football IQ are all pluses. So, this is a guy who could potentially give you some versatility there as well. Obviously very experienced at left tackle. PFF here say his best position may be guard, but we know that Baltimore needs both of those things.
Yes.
So if you want to go ahead and click draft on Jordan Morgan.
Yep, let's do it. Welcome to the Ravens. Play like a Raven, Jordan Morgan.
But don't worry about it, because that doesn't mean anything. All right, end of the second round. Our top prospects here, we got an edge rusher, Jonah Ellis, Jonathan Brooks, the running back out of Texas, Jalen Polk, the wide receiver from Washington, Chris Jenkins, who you may be familiar with as the son of Chris Jenkins, former Carolina defensive tackle. Let's see, Edgerrin Cooper, who looks like a beast at linebacker. Your boy Christian Haynes.
There he is. We can stop right there.
Well,
We're going to go.
Stop right there. We gotta take a look. See what's at tackle. Blake Fisher at tackle.
We just got a tackle.
You got a tackle who could potentially play guard, but
or right tackle.
Blake Fisher, Dominic Pooney, Christian Jones. Okay. Interior O-line. Let's see what we've got going on there now outside of Christian Haynes. We got Christian Mahogany, but if you want Christian Mahogany, it looks like you can wait. Ranked 92nd there.
So I think we got our tackle that's going to compete and probably win out the starting spot at right tackle. We need guard badly. All right. Okay. I'm not throwing all of our eggs into Voorhees' basket. I don't know why Ravens flock is so high on this guy. Okay. Christian Haynes. Okay. I've seen him more recently healthy. All right.
Christian Haynes had an 80.2 overall grade in 2023 from Pro Football Focus. He gave up 1 sack, 1 hit, and 10 hurries. Haynes was a 4-year starter, starting right guard at UConn. He has the ideal build for an interior offensive lineman, shorter in height for leverage, but higher in weight with long arms. His weight is also distributed well, especially in the lower half, which allows him to anchor bull rushes and throw down lighter defenders. Okay, I mean, if you just want to go ahead and grab Christian without even exploring any other options, we'll go ahead and do that.
Hey, I'm not the one that left a major need in the offensive line. I'm just trying to fix his mess.
Okay, wow. Pretty aggressive on Eric. But here we are in the third round. Pick 93. Top prospects available. You got Trey Benson, the running back out of Florida State. We got Michael Pratt, the QB from Tulane. Then a couple of interior O-linemen, Brendan Rice, another tackle, and some DBs. I think it's time to look at the wide receiver position. They really are lacking there as well. The O-line, obviously the biggest concern, but they need to get some more playmakers around Lamar Jackson.
Well, before we make this pick, I'm feeling a little out of focus, if you will. It might be time for me to get my shot of Magic Mind.
You fatiguing a little bit over there? You didn't take your Magic Mind before?
I'm just feeling a little loopy. Okay.
Wow.
Feeling a little loopy. Didn't have my Magic Mind yet. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a shot of that. Listen, you've heard us plug Magic Mind plenty of times on this show. Okay. This stuff really works. Mm-hmm. Okay. B put me onto it. He's explaining to you how, it helps him keep him focused. That's not just us talking. Okay. We use this stuff. It is great. It has helped me focus a lot more at work. Right. And it's not gonna make you jittery. It's not an energy drink. It's not something that's going to have you bouncing off the wall, like some of these other products out there with a lot of sugar and caffeine in it. This is all natural. And I can attest to this. I am locked in when I'm at work taking this stuff. I notice the difference when I'm taking it and when I'm not taking it. And it tastes great.
Yeah. And, the thing for me is when you have a lot of work, you have a big project that you're working on or something like that, like we have coming up for the channel. I'm not going to say too much about that. That's a little surprise that's coming, but we're working on something. And, you grab that Magic Mind out of the fridge, shake it up real quick, drink. It takes about 5 seconds, right? Give it about 10, 15 minutes. And then, like you said, you're just kind of locked in. And for me personally, I don't even notice like the passage of time, right? You just start working, and it could be 10 minutes, it could be an hour, it could be 3 hours, but I'm just into what I'm doing. There's no distraction, there's no fatigue, there's no looking around trying to find something to distract myself with, not looking to start anything else, not checking Twitter or anything like that. I'm just into what I'm doing. Like I said, you call it like the flow state, or for athletes, when you get in the zone, right? You block everything else out. That's kind of what happens when you take Magic Mind. It builds, each time you take it, each day you get more and more benefits from it. And yeah, like I said, it tastes great, and it really, really works. If you want to give it a try, you can check out the bottom of the screen right there. It's scrolling. You want to head to www.magicmind.com/lunchbreak. And then you want to you can see it's coming back around now, our code LBHT20. That's going to get you 20% off of your first order. Unless it's a subscription order, then you're going to get 56% off. And I recommend just going for the subscription order, because another great thing about Magic Mind is it is a no risk proposition. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work for you, you get your money back, no questions asked.
All right, there you go. So go get yours today. All right, I'm gonna take mine here in a second. EDC needs to take his as well, so he can be locked in and focus on this video, because this is the only video that he needs to watch for draft preparation. Okay, I don't care what he has on his board. Okay, I know he likes his guys. All right, listen to what I'm saying, EDC. Right, if you haven't noticed the theme here, it is offensive line. I am tempted. I know B has said go wide receiver here. I am tempted to once again go offensive line.
Well, let's see what we've got left here at this point in the draft. Again, we're in the 3rd round now. You can see right here, Brendan Rice, the number 1 receiver that's still available. If we take a look at, let's go and look at the offensive line. Let's see what's there. Cedric Van Pran, Mason McCormick, Bo Limmer is quite a name. That's it for the interior line. Let's take a look at tackle. Dominic Pooney, Matt. I never know how to say this last name. I see it all the time, but I'm never sure how to pronounce it. So I'm not going to go. Christian Jones, Laumea, Isaiah Adams, Javon Foster. See, I think you're at the point now with the offensive line where you can kind of wait and get those guys a little bit later on day 3. It's going to be more developmental guys. These are not guys that you're expecting to come in and start day 1.
Okay, so I have successfully improved the offensive line. Okay, I have drafted who I believe will be the starter at right tackle and starter at left guard. The right guard position, I know there's talking about Ben Cleveland, possibly holding down that position. That's fine. I'm, more comfortable having him penciled in as a starter, and then maybe having a later draft pick or a couple of guys, or a veteran, compete for that spot. But I know it's already risky going with 2 rookies on the O-line, but I mean, they left us no choice. All right, the options that we have on the team weren't looking great, but I feel a little bit better about the O-line now, so we can turn our attention over to wide receiver.
I think there's also potentially running back here. I like Ray Davis a lot. You can see his numbers there. He's a very, very productive back out of Kentucky. And if you look down at the bottom, right around here, you see he had 32 receptions on 39 targets for 324 yards. That's something that the Ravens have been missing in their offense. Yeah. And with Derrick Henry being 30 years old, with Keaton Mitchell coming back from a torn ACL, and your only other running back being Justice Hill, this is a spot where maybe you can grab a very, very talented running back for not too big of a cost.
I agree. We can. This is a spot in the draft. You're looking at the wide receiver core. Yes, we can use another good wide receiver. Running back, we could use another good running back. We might be a little bit thinner at running back right now, just because of the injury to Keaton Mitchell. And We haven't brought back J.K. Dobbins. All the top running backs are gone. We went with Derrick Henry, and that's fine. But if we look at Derrick Henry's numbers, his carries have declined. I expect them to decrease a little bit more this year. I don't think they're gonna give him 30 carries a game or anything crazy like that. So running, we're a running team, and running back is something that we're gonna lean on. So getting somebody that will have fresh legs, that can carry some of that load, I think that might be the move. So you have convinced me, B. Let's go with Ray Davis.
Ray Davis it is. And that is it. That's the end of the third round. So you went ahead and were able to address the O-line, tackle and guard, and then got another potential playmaker in the backfield for Lamar, a guy who can at least catch the ball out of the backfield. I know people love telling Lamar to take the check down, right? They don't want him holding the ball and trying to go downfield. And now you have somebody who you can actually check the ball down to and expect them to, make something of it.
There you have it. All right, Ravens fans, what do you think? Do you like the direction I took us in to make us real contenders? Because you can feel however you want to feel about the defense. You can feel however you want to feel about EDC and how this team is constructed. But I'm telling you now, if we don't have an offensive line, we are not going anywhere. All right, we'll be competitive. We'll always be competitive as long as we have Lamar Jackson. But you have to get that part shored up. And I don't think it's too far of a stretch to go 3 straight offensive linemen. Okay, but 2 for sure. I feel strong about going 2 offensive linemen. I think those 2 that we picked up are going to be pretty good ones. But hey, let us know what you think. You guys aren't on the hashtag defund the defense train. That's fine. Leave us your thoughts. I might delete it. I don't care. But go ahead, tell us what you think. Stay tuned. All right. We will be covering the draft on Coach Evans' channel with the Ravens Roundup. Okay, that's Sit to Tally Films. All right, so make sure you subscribe over there. We'll be giving live draft coverage, and come back over here and we'll be giving our reaction to the draft on the LBHT show. But that is it for this video. We will see you guys in the next one. Peace.